What if the notification that shatters your marriage isn't a tearful confession or a late-night text, but a sterile, color-coded calendar invite titled Business Dinner that you were never meant to see? In the calendar invite he hid, Celia Raye delivers a revenge romance short that transforms digital infidelity into a masterclass in cold-blooded clarity, proving that in the age of shared accounts and synced devices, betrayal leaves a metadata trail more damning than any lipstick stain. This isn't merely another cheating spouse story with tearful confrontations. It's a sharp, psychologically precise narrative where discovery is forensic, grief is processed through strategy, and revenge is served not with hysteria, but with the terrifying precision of a woman who has already mourned the marriage while he was still scheduling his lies. From the first crisp narration, listeners are immersed in a world where every ping carries weight and silence speaks louder than apologies. Perfect for fans of bite-sized emotional justice and stories where female rage is channeled into calculated reclamation, this audiobook serves up relentless pacing, unflinching authenticity, and a protagonist whose journey from deceived wife to architect of her own liberation resonates with anyone who's ever been gaslit by the person who swore transparency. When marketing executive Lena Carter stumbles upon her husband's hidden calendar event during a routine sync, she expects a work obligation, not to uncover 6 months of meticulously planned encounters with his junior associate, complete with restaurant reservations and hotel confirmations disguised as client meetings. But as Lena navigates the dissonance between his curated domestic persona and his digital double life, she realizes this discovery isn't about catching him, it's about reclaiming the narrative he assumed she'd never access. Raye masterfully avoids reducing Lena to victim or her husband to cartoonish villain. Instead, she crafts a story where betrayal becomes catalyst, where consent is renegotiated through boundaries rather than pleas, and where power shifts not through confrontation, but through quiet, irreversible action. The audiobook narration amplifies this emotional alchemy, capturing Lena's initial shock crystallizing into steely resolve, while secondary voices shift subtly between performative charm and exposed deceit, making every interaction feel like both evidence and epiphany. You don't just hear the unraveling, you feel the seismic shift of a woman learning that truth isn't found in his explanations, but in her refusal to accept them. What elevates the calendar invite he hid beyond typical revenge shorts is its nuanced portrayal of digital age infidelity as systemic erasure rather than personal failing. Lena isn't merely responding to cheating, she's confronting how modern intimacy is mediated through platforms designed for convenience over connection, challenging the notion that shared passwords equals trust. Her retaliation evolves through acts of radical reciprocity with herself, documenting discrepancies without drama, setting financial and emotional boundaries that protect her future self, and honoring her grief without letting it define her worth. Supporting characters add vital texture: friends whose loyalty tests social scripts, colleagues whose professionalism masks concern, even the technology itself, rendered as both weapon and witness, whose timestamps hold memories official narratives tried to delete. Every interaction reinforces the story's core truth. In relationships built on performance, authenticity is rebellion, and presence begins when you stop auditing someone else's lies. Even the short-form structure serves thematic depth, with compressed timeline mirroring the suddenness of digital discovery and resolution becoming metaphor for decisive closure. For audiobook listeners, this production is pure auditory catharsis with precision. The narrator embodies Lena's evolution with remarkable distinction, from fractured disbelief to unwavering clarity, while supporting characters are distinguished through vocal textures that hint at hidden agendas without telegraphing outcomes. Sound design enhances atmosphere without overwhelming intimacy. Distant notification chimes marking emotional pivots, rain against office windows during strategic planning, the hushed click of keyboard keys syncing with breath during moments of revelation, all anchor digital stakes and sensory reality. Pacing mirrors the rhythm of discovery and response, deliberate during evidence gathering and reflection, then surging with urgency as external deadlines collide with internal reckoning. Whether you're commuting through daily routines or unwinding in twilight solitude, the audiobook creates a portable war room where isolation feels absolute and agency feels a lifeline. It's storytelling as embodied validation, transforming passive listening into active participation in a journey where justice isn't loud, it's inevitable. Ultimately, the calendar invite he hid redefines revenge romance by centering female epistemology within digital frameworks.
It satisfies genre cravings for satisfying payoffs and emotional resolution, while delivering substantive commentary on technological intimacy, masculine entitlement, and the radical act of trusting your own perception when systems are designed to obscure it. No prior series knowledge is needed. It stands confidently as a complete emotional odyssey in compact form. If you've ever wondered whether betrayal can be survived without losing yourself, or if true strength requires silence over spectacle, this audiobook will affirm that sometimes the most powerful response is simply updating your own calendar and deleting his access. Press play, close the tab on doubt, and prepare to believe that even in landscapes shaped by deception, hearts still find ways to reset. Your next favorite revenge tale isn't waiting in grand gestures. It's waiting in the brave, trembling choice to prioritize your truth over his timeline.